bienvenue à cette leçon 2 de votre unité 3, de votre niveau A2. Aujourd'hui, nous allons continuer avec les pronoms d'objets indirects. Nous avons fait les pronoms d'objets directs. J'espère que vous l'avez bien compris, parce que ici, nous allons apprendre les petites règles qui suivent les pronoms d'objets indirects. Les pronoms d'objets indirects sont comme les pronoms d'objets directs, mais il y a une seule différence. La seule différence, c'est la préposition à. C'est-à-dire, entre les pronoms d'objets directs et l'indirect, la différence, c'est seulement la préposition. C'est que l'indirect, il y a toujours une préposition à qui est placée avant le nom dont nous allons remplacer. Now, the direct object pronouns, yeah, we've done that and I hope we all understood. Here, we are not doing the indirect object pronoun. We must have done it in our A1, but here we are now going to re-emphasize it to make sure the application of this particular rule is concrete and you can use it anytime. Now, direct, indirect object pronoun is just like the direct object pronoun. Like I said, the only difference is the preposition are that is always placed before the nouns in indirect sentences. The direct object pronoun, the rule is the subject, the verb, and the object directly. For example, je vois mon fils. Oh, I see my son. This mon fils is masculine, so it has to be replaced with the. And the rule says that pronoun is always placed before the verb directly. So this becomes je le vois. I see him. Je le vois. I see him. So that's that for. However, indirect pronoun, indirect object pronoun. For example, I'm saying Marie parle à Luc. So this is Luc. This is our object. This is the subject. This is the verb. This is the preposition, which is most importantly. This is the preposition and Luc. Now the Frenchman says to replace this kind of noun that are preceded by preposition à, to replace this kind of noun, we have their own element. So the elements we have for indirect pronouns are le, lui. This lui actually represents the masculine and feminine. Then we have nous, we have vous, and we have leur. That is just the rule for this. That is just the rule for indirect pronouns. Now let's proceed to see some examples. Here there are some verbs that by default they carry the preposition a before the object. Like I'm saying, I'm writing to somebody. I'm writing something to somebody. I'm making a phone call to somebody. I am talking to somebody. I am saying to somebody. So those kind of verbs, they automatically have preposition a after them. One of those verbs is what we have on our screen right now. Téléphoner. The verb is téléphoner à. To make a telephone to somebody, that means to call somebody. So for instance, I have a sentence like téléphone à Mario. So Jane calls Mario. Téléphoner à. So now we have to, this is a noun, this is a noun. This is a subject and this is the object. So we have to replace this object because it's an indirect object, just simply because it is preceded by preposition à. So we have elle me téléphone, elle lui téléphone. Like I said, lui represents the le and la for direct. So in other words, represents the masculine and the feminine. So elle lui téléphone could either mean she calls him or she calls her, because this lui represents him or her. Elle me téléphone, elle leur téléphone. She calls them. She calls them. So these are the elements of COI. element of pronom objet indirect. Pronom objet indirect. Look at what we have here. Cas général. In general case, le complément indirect est introduit par préposition a. Just like we have here. Generally, it is introduced by a preposition a. So that means the noun that we must replace with indirect pronouns must be preceded by preposition a. That is that. And look at the negation. Do not forget the rule of negation. Nothing separates the subject and the negation. So here, il ne nous téléphone pas. He is not calling us. He is not telephoning to us. Il ne nous téléphone pas. That is the negation in present tense. Now, we have the passé composé. Now, unlike the COG, unlike the direct object pronoun, where we have concordance, where the avoir or where the direct object pronoun agrees in gender and number with the verb in passé composé when it uses avoir, the indirect does not go that way. Indirect remains the same. There are no concordance, there are no accordance, there are no agreement between the gender and number of the object. Il m'a téléphoné, il l'a téléphoné, il lui a téléphoné. Il lui a téléphoné means he called her or he called him. Il nous a téléphoné, il vous a téléphoné, il leur a téléphoné. He called them. Passé composé. Passé composé. The rule says the pronoun comes before the verb in present tense and the pronoun comes before the auxiliary in past tense. Do not forget. And for negation, il ne leur a pas téléphoné. The subject, the negation, then the object pronoun, the auxiliary, the par, and the participe passé of the noun to express passé composé. To express passé composé. Now that is just the general rule, and this is how it is used everywhere you find them in the French journey. However, there are some verbs. There are some verbs that that follows are, but they cannot be used they cannot be used as object pronoun. Meaning that the object that follows this kind of verbs cannot be changed to any of them. Cannot be changed to any of them. We have verbs like penser à, intéresser à, s'habituer à. So penser à means to think about somebody. To think about somebody. Now, if you look at this very well, elle me téléphone, she calls me. She calls me. If we have a verb like, we have elle me téléphone, this means she calls me. Imaginez que nous avons un verbe comme penser. Elle pense à moi. Now she thinks about me. And the rule says that every verb, every noun that is preceded by are should be replaced. So this is probably going to be good. So if I'm bringing it there, elle me pense, this does not have a meaning in French. In the essence, it cannot be used in place of it. Because this means she is thinking about me. Now this means she thinks me, which is very, very wrong. So the Frenchman says if we have verbs like penser, habituer, or s'intéresser, if you have those kind of verbs, then they do not follow this rule. Just like we all know that every rule in French is an exception. They do not follow this rule. So in that essence, the objects maintain their form. Elle pense à Marilyn because Marilyn is a feminine. It becomes je pense à elle. Je m'intéresse à elle. I'm interested in her. I'm interested in her. Or I am used to, or elle s'habitue à son quartier. She is used to her area. She is used to her community. So these kind of verbs, they do not follow the rule of indirect object pronoun.